Alright, welcome back everybody to the episode of Cities Skylines. In the last episode, I think we were mainly working on this area and then a few other things as well. It was a little bit of a challenge getting this game going thanks to a latest Steam update. So, probably be talking about that here in a little bit, but just kind of want to take a look at a few things here. I'm not sure how I like this end part here. It kind of just feels a little rushed, so we might come back and kind of tweak these sidewalks a little bit. I'm not fully convinced on them. We might end up just kind of straightening them off or something, because I'm not too sure about that or too keen on that. So, but we'll mess with that here in a little bit. And once we get these roads kind of figured out, then we'll start adding turn lanes and stuff to these roads, because that would definitely help out. So, and then we can start timing lights and whatnot. So I'm just trying to see, do we want to add out over here? I'm still thinking of dragging this guy around, but I'm not going to do that right now. Is that a plane? Yeah, there's a plane. Okay. What I would like to do, what I was thinking of doing, is actually taking this road all the way out and then taking this road all the way out and kind of doing a little bit of a pretty big expansion over here. What I was also thinking is, I think I mentioned that I want to kind of build maybe a retail area over here. But kind of what I was thinking is having this road kind of sweep through here and then, maybe have like a little retail area kind of off of this interchange here, which I think would look pretty good, and it would serve this area pretty good, and it would just be outside of downtown, and then it would also serve this suburb. So I think that would kind of look pretty well, kind of legit, because that would make sense, of course. Kind of try and maximize, the most amount of people you can without, the city or people getting too mad at you. So, but also providing very good service. But I think that'll be in a little bit of a later episode, because I kind of want to just build out this area a little bit and kind of get this riverfront going. And then I'm also thinking of when we should start this little freeway or highway or whatever over coming across here. And also we need to get some trains going as well. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. What I want to do here also is we do need to get this interchange completed. That would definitely be helpful to be able to do that. Should we do that right now? I think it's actually okay, but what I am going to do is I'm going to do this for now. This interchange I may eventually rebuild it, but not right now. So I think right now we're just going to kind of keep it hacked together, and then later on, I mean, there's not enough going through here right now to justify redoing it anyways, so I'm not going to. Let's try and come out there, and then a nice easy merge like that. So it does take up a little bit of space, but it's a nice easy curve. I kind of actually, it needs to, that end part is not that great. It needs to kind of come like that a little bit more. And then let's turn this, let's see, we can get away with that. Perfect. Okay. These 2-lane roads like this a lot more, but when you try and do this on a 3-lane stock road, it doesn't like it very much. I don't know if it's just the size difference or what. Alright. Yeah, and then we may get another ramp coming this way, but right now I think it'll be fine. I think one of the main concerns we're going to end up as we build the city kind of this way, even if we don't, is going to be getting another connection down here that'll kind of link up into the industry, and then also getting another connection north. I didn't enable any of the extra mods. I did download a compass mod and stuff because they actually had that. I figured they would. I went looking for it and I found it, and that's where I'm going to get into the discussion here in a little bit about mods, because it's kind of frustrating lately. So, but let's see. Let's start with the big plan. So I know I said I was going to try and take this a little easy, but this area just kind of needs to be taken care of. So what I was thinking of doing is kind of after this road. Should we do that? Yeah, I was thinking after that road we could do one of these guys, but that's going to take a little bit of work because of the way it works. Alright, I think we can do it though. I think we'll be fine. Let's see, if we just go, maybe start there with one of these guys. Whoops. One of these guys. I know it's gonna, whoops. change their happiness a little bit, but oh well. So we're going to do that down through here. Now we're going to have to come through and do a little bit of work. Where does this guy meet up? It meets up on, okay, right where it curves, of course, that makes sense. And then we move this guy back one, which actually works, like that. We should come by one more, like that. Unfortunately, those guys are going to lose their homes, but can't just take part of the land. We got to take all of it for some reason, so that's just the way the game works. That's the way every game has worked so far. Which I understand. I mean, it'd be very hard to program that into the game to allow just partial land. Oh, look at Walgreens. Next to a Walgreens. Nice. Alright. Is that guy built on the road? No, it's just... Okay, and another Walgreens. Look at that. I wonder if there's any more down here. It's actually a pretty diverse set of buildings, surprisingly, except for all of those. And why are you building like that? I see. We could at least take that down a few more just to try and get something decent in there. Maybe the same with the other side. That's not too bad. Yeah, it's the same as the other side. But you know what? I'm going to leave it for the moment. Should we take this guy all the way down as well? I'm not going to for now. I am, however, going to put a traffic light here just because, and then I'm not going to do anything else with with lanes or anything like that. Oh, nice. I didn't know that was actually growable. Really, I kind of wish that was not growable. I might have to go back in there and see if there's a way to change that, or if I downloaded the wrong version of that. Alright, so we'll put stop signs along here. So there was a recent Steam update that came out that broke the game more or less, and I can't tell if I can put this blame on Cities Skylines or on Steam. But basically, to start the game, see, it's kind of my choice as well, as I choose to keep the Rush Hour mod in here, which is one of the mods that does not work in online mode for some reason. It crashes the game on startup, and I really don't know why it does that, and developers kind of seem like they don't know why either. There are some errors that pop up in the logs and stuff, and it's hard to tell. I mean, when I look at it, you know, it's hard to tell. I don't know if it's something on Steam's end or if it's something on Colossal Orders, Paradox's end. Maybe there's something going on there and they just don't know quite how to fix it. I honestly am not sure what's going on there, but it is causing problems, and now it's a pretty big issue, especially with the last Steam update, and they pushed out an update today that I saw, and I was hoping that would fix it, but it did not. I'm just looking for something here because I got to turn this off. Let's see here. And we want to turn. Here we go. Oops. Yeah, that's what we want to turn off, right? Or no? So now if I come into here and I turn this mod on, and I go to here. No? Okay. Did I misread something? What are we missing here? Okay, so activated features, priority signs. Well, we might have to deal with that then. Oh no, there we go. Just had to turn it on and off. That was it. Makes sense. Okay. But yeah, so basically to start the game now with the Rush Hour mod, I have to start Steam in online mode. I have to then get ready to pull my network cable out after I click play, because as soon as I start seeing the game load, the first, the Paradox logo, I then rip the Ethernet cord out, so then I go offline, and then I'm able to play the game no problem. And I shouldn't have to do that. There's just no reason I should have to do that. And so, and from what I can tell, this issue's been around for a while. Like, it's popped up every now and then, and this time it's pretty big. There's a lot of people upset because there's a lot of mods that now don't work online. And even some of the mod authors don't understand why their mod doesn't work online. It's frustrating on everybody. And, this is... don't get me wrong, this is a great game. It's fun to play. It's got a lot to it, and I know that using mods is going to create problems. But I've used lots of games in the past with mods, but they never used the Steam Workshop. And I almost have to wonder if that's part of the issue with this game is the Steam Workshop. You know, is it something on Steam's end, or is it just the implementation of it, or what? But it feels like this is one of the games that I've had the most trouble with when it comes to mods. And I've had other games, many games I've played with mods in the past with tons and tons of mods, probably more mods than I have installed here. And I had, yeah, of course it would crash or the game would update, I'd have problems, maybe occasional kind of hiccup or something, but it would eventually get sorted out. But this game, it's like constantly I have cities dying, constantly I have things going wrong, constantly game doesn't want to load, constantly something is not working right. And it's, it has killed the game for me a couple times. Like I eventually come back to it. I've put in a lot of hours into this, and I eventually do come back to it, after I've taken a little time from it, because, that's, it's very hard to see a city that you've worked, let's say, 100 hours on, go up in smoke, and you can't use it anymore, and you haven't downloaded a single new mod, and yet the save game won't load. And like I was saying when I was first starting the city, I've had so many cities just die. And it's nothing on my end. And yeah, of course, I do have mods, so that could be the issue. But again, it's like, I've never had that sort of level of frustration and issue with a game. And the fact that Steam requires, automatic updates and stuff is also another pain point. I mean, and there needs to be a way to kind of limit Steam Workshop mods from automatically updating, as well as games, because most of the time you can't do that unless you just keep your Steam in offline mode at all times, or keep an older version backup of the game. But you never know that the game files might be stored somewhere else, and then it doesn't work at all. It's just one of those things, and it's getting kind of frustrating. I mean, there's not much we can do right at this point, but it'd be nice to see maybe Colossal Order come out and say, hey, look, something happened, this happened, we're working on it. I haven't really seen too much come out from the studio lately. I've seen some news and stuff and some other things come up, but it's like nothing really that major about the game or anything like that. So I don't know. I'm just really not too sure right at this point of what exactly they got planned and what's going on there. I'm pretty sure the game updated a few days ago, but I honestly didn't really care enough to look into it. I guess I will have to, but yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, especially when I'm trying to record this game. It's like, yeah, I already put a lot of time into trying to get the videos done and whatnot, and then I gotta spend another hour troubleshooting and figure out what's going on with the game. And it feels like that happens all the time. I mean, all the time. I never had that kind of issue when I recorded Cities XL. I never had that sort of issue when I played SimCity. SimCity definitely wasn't the most stable with mods, I will say that much. I had that crash on me multiple times, but from what I can remember, I've never lost a city due to anything but my own error. Even if I downloaded a crap mod, I still was semi good to go. I mean, I can't remember a defining point where I downloaded a mod and it killed a city. Even if I updated the mod, that's just kind of what's getting to me there. So I don't know. It's just one of those things, and it's kind of getting old. And that's the thing, is it's like, that's for people like me who love their mods and who spend a lot of time in this game. It could kill it and really make them think about if they come out with the Cities Skylines 2 or whatever, if they should actually buy it or not. I think that'll be interesting, needless to say. And I don't know. I could just be saying whatever right at this point. Maybe they did finally release something. I haven't looked at it today. I haven't had time to. So I just wanted to sit down and play this game. That's what I was trying to do last night, and it wouldn't work. And it's like, yes, okay, I could just disable Rush Hour mod, but I don't know. And it's not necessarily the mod's fault. The mod is stable. From what I can tell, I mean, all my mods, like, okay, I will give it to this game. It doesn't really crash that often with the amount of mods I have, but that's kind of negated by the amount of times I've spent trying to get the game to actually start. So I really don't know, how you want to take that, but it's just crazy. So, and it gets frustrating and old and everything really quick. So that was my little bit of a rant on what's going on here. I really hope that things turn around. Maybe Steam figures out what's going on, or they figure out what's going on, or Colossal Order figures out what's going on, or somebody figures out what's going on. Because right now, the forums are pretty well lit up from people, complaining about that. And like I said, I think that's mainly due to some of the recent mods that have come out that just don't work online for whatever reason. I don't know if, there's something with the Steam API that's changed or not working right, or are they putting, I don't know, DRM on the mods now? I don't know. It's just kind of all up in the air right at this point, so we'll just have to kind of wait and see and hope for the best. That's basically all we can do at this point. I mean, especially with the way Steam works and the way, things happen, so. Alright. And I was really hoping that update. I opened up the Steam the Steam program, whatever you want to call it, and that mod's enabled. Maybe I did enable a couple of these mods. I don't think I eventually got all of them enabled. I did get in here. Oh yeah, I disabled the Rush Hour mod just to see if my mods would actually load in, and of course they did. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch this play out. And like I said, I think it's a little bit bigger deal this time because of the mods that do kind of not work online, so. Alright, so I think we're going to do that. And then, actually, I might break it off here. I wonder, should we kind of have it follow that or kind of loosely follow? I want it to loosely follow it because I want to do a park. A small little park. It doesn't need to be anything major. Kind of along the riverfront here. I think that's about a good enough room. And then we can actually change it over to, hey, I did download something new. Oh yeah, it's a turbo roundabout. Does that actually work? It's in the middle there. I'm not sure. Let's go through. Let's see what's new in here. I know I downloaded a beautification mod. Yes, I downloaded a bunch of stuff. And does that work? Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, I know I did download quite a bit of stuff, so I was watching a couple YouTube videos while I was waiting on this game to finish like the checking and whatnot, and I watched some Cities Skylines video just to see if I can get some ideas, and it's interesting to watch other people play and whatnot, and then I love watching those videos to try and get new mods, even though most likely they'll end up killing my game at some point. Alright, nothing new there. I think there's some new stuff in here, but I'm not going to get into that too much right now. Wait, what was that? Oh, okay. There was a new menu and stuff I downloaded as well. I don't know how to pop that up, but we'll mess with that all later. I gotta mess with it first before I break it. But I did get the pillars and stuff back, so now I can actually change that stuff, which is nice. I did miss that. I don't even know. I think that got deleted in the last time that things went, bad. So, I don't know. Do I like that? I think it should kind of... I think it should come back a little bit more. And then it kind of just looks like it curves back on itself a little bit. And it tries to kick back. And it just doesn't look... doesn't look right. Oops. Man, I'm just clicking all over the place. Okay. That needs to move up. That's why that was up over there. Okay. And then we're learning here. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I do like this game, and I do like the company that makes it. I just wish things were fixed a little bit better, and things were a little bit more transparent as well as to what's going on. I mean, if you have to come out and say, hey, we don't know what's going on, we're working with Steam, that's fine. You know, it's better to give information than just sit there and be quiet, you know, as companies have learned in the past. Go to this guy. So yeah, I want to kind of build up a little bit more and over. And then we can kind of work on the suburb a little bit. We can also try and figure out where exactly the next crossroad is going to be. So what I was kind of thinking is that we'll have a crossroad here, and then maybe it'll curve up, like do a pretty sharp curve up, and then maybe come up behind the school here. I think that could kind of give it a unique look and kind of an afterthought look, which, you know, in some areas really looks good, and I think it could look pretty good in that area. And I think it would work best there. Just because most of the time, you know, the town gets established, then the freeway comes through, so, you know, it might look like, oh, the freeway came through, and now they're trying to fix traffic going to it. And that's what they had to do. Always forget about that little difference there that I did at the bottom to make room for the 2-lane road. Alright. So we're going to keep it fairly gridded right now. And I think, I was thinking about it, I think we're going to replace that housing area with some commercial. Might as well. Okay. Oops. I downloaded a few things. I gotta go in there and figure out how to use some of the stuff, because it was some new stuff that I hadn't really messed with before. And I just kind of threw it in there, right, you know, just to see. So we could kind of start coming at a little bit of an angle over here. Kind of up like this. And then we kind of have to connect those up. You know, something like that. That almost connects up just perfect. I don't know if we want to do that. We'll just leave that for now, just to kind of think about it. Okay, so that should add a fairly substantial amount of space. And we'll just paint that from there to there. We need to get pipes going down here. Yeah, it's definitely crazy to see how big this area has become. And then as we kind of get this office area developed out, you know, we're also going to develop it out this way, and then we'll start padding it with some houses in the back, which I think will look good, because this will be kind of like the central area with a bunch of, you know, offices and stuff, and then some houses coming around the backside. I don't know if necessarily they'll come around, you know, over here as well. We may kind of just bring offices all the way up to this freeway, and then kind of when we jump over, we can bring in some housing again. As like a little type of suburb kind of area that's still part of the city a little bit. Yeah, but like I've said, you know, I'm not really going to worry about making it look too nice right now. As we kind of get the area figured out, you know, and we don't have to keep ripping things back up. You know, it's like I would like to take that beautification mod and change some stuff with the freeway. Maybe try and add a center barrier or something like that. I just don't want to do that right now, because I don't know if we're going to need to widen that road out, or, you know, it's not even fully built out yet, so I just don't want to mess with it with the potential of needing to completely undo everything I just did. So it just doesn't seem like a very good use of time. And then I think those could be, you know, very, you know, maybe not like far down the road, but a little bit on the road, and those could be a little bit easier to manage episodes. I can just, you know, do some, what do you call it? I can just do, you know, like time-lapse type stuff, and go from there. Okay. So then we're going to go to commercial over here. Yeah. I was thinking of leaving it as residential and the same over here, but we just have so much commercial demand. I think it would work best to do that. Unfortunately, that house is going to kind of get screwed right there. We can leave him. Hopefully he'll stay. If not, hopefully another one will come in that'll look good. So we'll have a bunch of commercial come in. That'll be good. And we can build the housing down over here. And then I also want to build out some more campuses and whatnot. Like actual school campuses. Which I think, you know, can give a nice look to the area as well. As we might tear out some of these roads just to make room for it. Right. I just want to kind of, I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't have anything over here. So we'll want to build something over here for sure. So what I'm kind of thinking with this road is we'll kind of have it curve up and kind of do another S curve over, and then kind of, you know, maybe somewhere up in here, and then it'll kind of just lazily curve, and then we'll build an interchange right here for them to get on. What I'm hoping they won't try and do, but I'm pretty sure they will, is if I do that, then instead of trying to get on here, they're all going to rush over to here, which might work. I don't think I have the speed limits turned on for the feature. I don't think so. So we'll turn that on. We can lower the speeds on this road too, because I don't want it to be necessarily highway speeds. And then I think we'll also gonna just make this just a straight path. I think for now, I think it'll look best if we just do that. Because I mean, the curves look alright, but they're just not, they're just kind of all over the place is the problem, so. Alright. And we could almost just leave it as no sidewalk at all, which might look alright as well. Do we want that like right up next to the road, or do we want to leave a space? We can leave a space. Which I think, because I mean we have plenty of space here anyway, so we can almost leave 2 spaces. Which I think would actually look alright. And then maybe towards the end we can do that. Oh, that's a bike path too. It's like, why does that have dotted lines? Because it's a bike path. There we go. Just do kind of something like that, and then we can come over here. I know I'm kind of like all over the place right now, but we're getting there, so then I can just do that. So I think that'll look alright, and that kind of gets them away from the road as well. So I think that'll look alright. And then we'll do the same on the other side as well. I just kind of want to see what that look like. Yeah, I mean, I could take the time and just fix these curves and maybe, you know, build like a top line so I kind of don't go too high. They kind of become uniform, which would work, but I don't want to do that right now. And I'm not going to do that right now, so. How's this interchange doing? There's a lot of cars getting on there. Why are they all getting over there? I don't get that. You see how they're merging into that? Is it because of the way how this merged up? Yeah, it would flow just fine if it wasn't for that. I mean, it still is flowing just fine. There's no worries about it, but still. Dang, look at all that traffic getting on the freeway there, but that's nice and red. Yep. Yeah, we may need to make these some 2 lanes as well, and we may kind of redo this interchange just a little bit. I don't think there's much redo needed in that interchange, aside from maybe just kind of fixing up some of the ramps and making a couple of them 2 lanes, so we'll see about that. Yeah, this area is pretty well filled out. We got a few office spots, but that's pretty well filled out. Any complaints over here? Nope, we're doing good. I'm sure the commercials come in pretty quick. We've actually got through our commercial demand as well. That's interesting. And before we do the commercial area, I need to go through my RICO or my RICO and make sure some of the buildings I'm gonna put down are not gonna be upset with land value and stuff. Because a lot of those, for some reason, they set them to level 3, which is annoying. And then they demand that there's not enough services around. It's like, can't have, you know, police department, fire department, school, and park all next to them right there. So just need to make sure to do that. Speaking of parks, do we got a couple down? Actually, I think that one up there That one up there, yeah, is a parking lot. What is this down over here? What? Oh, it's a playground. Okay. It looked weird when it was on the white mode there. Let's go to... Maybe we can put down like a dog park or something. I did download a lot of new stuff. So hopefully this won't hurt us. Trying to see if there's that new menu around here. This guy got moved. I'm not sure exactly why. I'm not gonna worry about it right. Actually, yeah, it's gonna bug me. Let's move him. Not sure why he got kicked up there. Let's go and do that. And yeah, I don't see any other buttons right now. So I'll have to mess with that mod and see how to use it. I might not even enable it because I think I was trying to enable some of these mods, and the game ended up crashing in the middle of doing that. So, all right, just checking to see what else we got here. So I think we got a small playground. Let's do this dog park. It doesn't look the best, but I think it kind of works. It's got no parking around it, but you can park on the street, so that should be fine. What should we do up here by the freeway? Yeah, let's go ahead. And it's not going to get the maximum amount of people around there, but at least it's better than nothing. So, did we create a district around this area? We did, but it doesn't cover the entire area. Okay. So, it's not going to look perfect right now. Eventually we'll come back and kind of fine-tune these areas, but we're not going to worry about it too much right now. What did we enable? We enabled recycling. Let's go ahead and do education, maybe? Yeah, let's focus on some education right now and kind of see how that goes. We don't even have the best of schools right now, but at least we can kind of maximize what we have, I think. I'm trying to think of the best way to do that road. Okay, so no, we're not. I was thinking of building out that high density area right there, but I'm not going to do that right at the moment. What we could do... No, I don't want to do that right now either. I was thinking we could put down like the baseball stadium, but I think I put it over here in this kind of area, and I kind of want to put it over there too, just to see. Yeah, that's pretty well built out. Look at that. Okay, so we have like one spot there. Okay, so we should probably get some more open spots for that. But I want to start building out this way a little bit, so let's do that. If we do that, does that line up? Not quite. Bring it off that road? No. I wish we could have like slightly off-centered junctions with it still being like that. Like that would be perfect. You know, just slightly off-centered. But can't. Which sucks. So what I'm thinking is we can do that, and then just to prevent messing up zoning, we can do that, and we can still get the full square effect in there. Yeah, that looks alright. So where does this eventually... So that just eventually kind of starts coming down pretty far. Okay. I'm not sure what to do about that. I guess we could just end it, or we could kind of have it curve round and maybe connect into one of the roads. I think that could look alright. Let's see if we have it come down like this. Maybe like right in here. This road could kind of come across. Maybe this road could just come across and it could just end at this road here, but this one's the one that comes across. That could look alright. And go over to that. Why is that still at ground level? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Is it really going... Okay, let's try this again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. No, what the heck's going on here? Yeah, it is going by 1. I used the key command and it didn't even move. Frustrating. Alright, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now that's too high. Oh, there we go. I was like, now it's too high. Great. So that's if we come straight off. But if we kind of come at an angle like that, it's not gonna let me now, is it? Okay, so if we kind of come at an angle like that, we can easily get the pillar in there. That looks alright. That looks doable for sure. Okay. And then of course we come down to ground level over here. And then hopefully, yeah, that could work. We'll just do that for now, just to match it up. Okay, but it's not happy about something. Great. When is this game ever happy about anything? Is it the angle or what? If I come down to that, I guess I can turn on the road anarchy. It's still not happy about it. Okay, it wants it there. Okay, so what we could do instead is delete all that, drag this road over farther than it needs to be, drag this road over, change it to a bridge, connect it up, and now it works. Oh man. And then that could just kind of end there, and then this road could come down. We don't want it to be a bridge. We can just do that. You can almost just like come straight off as well, which might work. Or would it look better coming at an angle? I think it might look better coming at an angle. We'll start with an angle and we'll kind of work from there and see. But that's kind of where I want to get with these squares anyways, so let's try that and see what we get to here. See where it lines up and everything. There we go. I'm not dragging those all the way over right now because we already pretty much got them marked out for the other way, so there's no point. And of course, there we go. Alright. So if we do that, and then maybe we kind of start doing an angle type thing here. So kind of line it up. Oops. Nope. One more. There we go. So we kind of come at an angle like that. I think that could look good. I don't know how it's going to line up with the other stuff. Gotta be coming down. Maybe do that for a couple of them, and then we can kind of break back to what we were doing. That could work. That could definitely work. That actually lines up just a little. That actually almost lines up perfectly. So we could probably line those up with that. Let's just see what that would be like. Oops, did that line up? I don't think so. I feel like it moved. So we could do something like that. And then we could do some work with the zoning stuff so that way we can still zone stuff in there without having too many dead spots. Because, I mean, it's okay to have open grass area, but there's just some spots, you know, it just doesn't make sense to do that. They do overlap a little bit. And it's not perfect, but it's good enough. Let's come down like this. Yeah, as you can see, it's gonna shorten it up just a little bit. Can we get away with like doing an offset, or is it just too close? It's just too close. So maybe, yeah, like these first couple, like they can do that just to like that. I mean, that's still good zonable space, but maybe after that, then we start working on straightening them out there. Okay. Okay, so we'll just drag these across. Yeah, I like how the 1x1 type look is for just a small section of the city. Like, you know, this area it's going to look pretty good, but then as we start breaking out into the residential area again, we might start breaking it up just a little bit, especially when we start getting some schools and whatnot in there. Alright, so let's do that and that. Should we drag this road over? Or should we just leave it? Let's do it. Why not? Live and learn. So this road comes straight down to there, and that road comes across to there. So that might actually become the road that this road comes off of. I really don't know if I want to do that yet, but like I was thinking, yeah, that come up, so it would come on the next road all the way up to here. Just this one here. And look, I could look at it. I'll probably mess with it, and or at least think about it. Not really mess with it too much, but think about it at least, and kind of go from there. I'm really not too sure yet. So let's go and zone these out, and then I'm probably going to end the episode there, just because it's been going on for a while now. So let's zone these out, and we'll get the pipes going as well, and then we'll probably work on zoning, or the zone area over there, and then go from there. So we'll do these because these are easiest right now, and then these guys are gonna be every 2. So I mean, it's pretty simple. Just gotta connect these back up into here, which I knew wouldn't line up properly because nothing ever does. If it was that easy, then what's the point? So alright, so that should give quite a bit of new office space. Hopefully traffic will be alright. There's a lot of traffic on this freeway. That's crazy. Look at that, just the amount of traffic on the freeway there. And I think I was noticing, yeah, this one here is only a single lane exit. Maybe we should fix this up real quick. That side's okay because there's not going to be much traffic enough there. And I mean, actually, in all fairness, not too much traffic's getting off here right at this point. How do people get to the university? They mainly walk. They do take the freeway, which is good. There's some people that get off there. That's probably like freight trucks and stuff. Wow, there's a lot of people that come from all over the city to get to the university. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to see. But I mean, overall traffic is doing okay, but it's not doing what I like here. So let's do this real quick. So I'd rather not do this. It just doesn't look legit when they do that. These dots are a little temperamental sometimes. You gotta like move the camera or like click in front of them sometimes. It's just get interesting. What was that stuff that popped up? Oh yeah, because we have no truck traffic allowed over there. Do we also do that on that other side? Yeah, okay. So that's good. Kind of keep trucks and noise down from this neighborhood here. That's always a good thing. So don't try and take it as a shortcut. One thing I did like, I don't know if I showed this off, but with the lane restrictions, the vehicle restrictions, you can actually block certain lanes off to only be for certain things. So in theory, you could block it off and only have lanes for like freight and stuff, or only for cars or SOS vehicles or whatever, which is cool. We may have to experiment with that later on. And I know like here in Texas, trucks aren't allowed in the far left lane, I believe it is. At least that's in a lot of the counties it is anyways. And so that's something that you can almost kind of simulate in here, which is cool. These actually do light up. Look at that. Why weren't they light? Wow, that one's floating. Do you see that? That one's floating. These actually do light up. They were not lighting up when I first put them down. Wow, they're bright too. That looks really good. Wow. Okay. That's kind of was a little uplifting there. That was unexpected, but it was a nice type of unexpected type thing. What I would also like to see is I want to go in the workshop and see if there's any lights I can plop down. Like maybe it can go down the middle. I don't know yet. Because I don't really like how it looks with the lights off to the side here. Like that's unique to certain areas, but I mean, honestly, it's not very common from what I've seen, at least here in America. Most of the time they have either like center lights or those big tower lights, and usually they don't have too many of those center lights. Not anymore anyways. Like, some of the older freeways still have them because that's what they did back in the day, but Mainly, they moved to tower lights now. Just because they light up so much. I can imagine trying to change the bulb on those things. That'd be crazy. So, I think we did pretty good on this episode. We didn't get a huge amount done, but we did expand the city out in both directions. And hopefully that'll all work out for the better. We got plenty of housing here. We're about to cross 20,000 people, which is nice. So, go ahead and end the episode there. I don't know what I was trying to say. As always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Definitely stay tuned for future episodes. And as always, thanks for watching.